Hi, everybody. It's Rachel Love again with Cosmic Community. Oh, you're going to be so excited. Guess who I have on today? Well, you don't have to guess. You can see her. She's on the screen. Hi, Sherry Wilde.
Hello. Hello. Hey, Rachel.
Hi. It's such an honor to have you. Thank you for being on the show today.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
You know, Sherry, she's been quite active running around the country doing conferences, different things, and she has her own little real estate business, too. I don't know if it's little. I shouldn't have said that. She has a real estate business besides. And she's also written a book. You probably heard about it, The Forgotten Promise. Is that what it is, Sherry?
It is. It's called The Forgotten Promise, Rejoining Our Cosmic Family.
And this is all, oh, by the way, she's definitely a cosmic community citizen. She's, she has quite the experience. Apparently back in 68, which is a far, far time, way back, a long time ago.
Thanks, Rachel.
Yeah, sorry. But, you know, there are some people that were far more recent than that. Myself, I lie on a regular basis when I was born, so I will admit that because I can't fake it, make myself any younger than I've been trying. I was probably born in 68, a little bit before then, probably. And I'm sure you were just an infant yourself. But anyway, 1968, there was some flap going on, some UFO stuff, and apparently during that process, Sherry Wilde was abducted, but didn't realize it until about the 80s or something, right, Sherry?
Right, 1988, 89, when there was a UFO flap in my community.
And that time you discovered that you were abducted and you met some interesting people. You called them Da, one of them Da?
Da, D-A,
Da. So, and they gave you 3 promises. And would you mind sharing quickly? Because I know some people don't know who you are that are watching this show, but most people do, so we don't have to spend a lot of time on it. But you had 3 things that you learned from this experience that you wanted to share that's in your book, right?
Right. When the book first came through me, they wanted me to call it the 3 important things to know. Mm-hmm. And so those 3, you want me to share what those are?
Yeah, if you would, just quickly.
Yeah, those are the things that they pounded into me from the time I was a little girl. So the first one is that we are all one with our Creator, which is what they told me, the only thing, if we could only get that and knew that and lived that, that's all we really needed to know. Second thing is that we are multidimensional beings existing on more than one level simultaneously. It's kind of a mouthful, and that goes pretty deep. And the third one is to monitor your thoughts. And they taught me that if you monitor your thoughts, you can control your thoughts and you can control your life. You steer your life, your experiences, whether they are positive or negative, based on your thoughts, since thoughts are energy and actually create our life.
I know that third one is one of the harder ones to do. And last time I had you on my show, when we did just a podcast, we didn't get much time to talk about that. So let's visit a little bit on that if we could.
Sure.
Your thoughts. I know I recently went back to North Carolina. I didn't really want to go. Be honest, I didn't want to go. It meant the closure of something in my life, and it also meant moving on, which is good. But at the time, I was concentrating on the closure and the feelings of that, and I was having all kinds of nose itchy. It makes it seem like I'm lying, but no, I'm not. I'm telling you the truth. It's allergy season. Give me a break. Okay. I've been watching too much that new TV show, Lie to Me, where if you touch your nose, you're lying, or look sideways, it's like, it's affecting my thoughts. Anyway, I'm wandering on. I was going that way, and I really wasn't very pleased about being there, so I was just experiencing discomfort. My back hurt, my guts hurt, my legs were achy. You know, I thought maybe I was getting a sore throat. I mean, it was just, I think maybe I can't do this. I'm going to get sick. I should turn back around. I got the flu. I mean, it was just like 1, 2, 3. And I knew it in my head. I knew it that because I experienced it before, my thoughts, the things I'm thinking about are affecting my body on this trip.
Right.
Once I got there and said my goodbyes and did my crying and got all the stuff I needed to start going back, I just all of a sudden woke up like I felt really good. I mean, the first time I woke up in the motel that night after that day, I woke up feeling like I was younger and stronger and I could take on the world, and I just felt great. And the only thing different was I was no longer dreading something. I was now looking forward to moving on.
Right, exactly. It's even more than that. Our thoughts are energy that go out, and so it attracts to you. If you go back to the second most important thing to know, we are multidimensional beings existing on more than one level simultaneously. What that means is that there are endless number of timelines that we can choose from as to where we want to go in our life. And so the thoughts, the energy, the vibration of your thought goes out, and that goes to the vibration, the frequency that matches it. So if you have higher thoughts, higher frequency thoughts, that's going to be your experience. You're going to access the timeline that actually fits with that vibration, with that frequency. So that's how you bring into your life and how you create a better experience of life. We all came here and we set out a path, a journey that we wanted to have. We kind of made the roadmap for ourselves as to what we wanted to experience. But we have choices. We have free will as to how that's going to come about. Are we going to have a positive experience of learning these things and experiencing these things, or are we going to have negative? Are we going to make it difficult and hard? So our thoughts will bring to us, what it is that we decided we want to experience.
You're saying actually change the reality, or like choosing from a library of different books. This is the story of Rachel. Here, this one's a romantic comedy. This one's a tragedy. This one's not finished.
Right.
You just pick the different books.
It's that, and it's also you have a choice on how you're going to view. It may be that you're going to experience this experience, but your thoughts going into it, your perspective of it, is going to filter it through whether it's going to be a positive or a negative experience. You always have that choice to make, and your attitude towards the event is going to filter through your frequency. So sometimes there's unavoidable things that you've set up for yourself that you need to experience, whether it's a positive or a negative thing. It's up to you how you're going to view it. So you get a diagnosis that you don't like, maybe a health challenge. How you face that, if you shrink down in fear and you get angry and you have all negative reactions to it, you're going to make it much worse. If you are more accepting of it and you look at it from a different, higher perspective and you go, well, what is my body trying to tell me? What is it I'm meant to learn from this? And what did I do? What was my part in this to bring this about? And can I correct it and be open to healing? And so your whole attitude and your experience of what's happening to you is filtered through your energy field, your thoughts, your vibration. So those three important things to know all tie in together. And what it tells us is that we are omnipotent beings, that we are God at our core. And so we have a lot more power than what we've ever thought we did and what we were ever allowed to know.
Oh, yes, I believe that. Everybody's always trying to capture you in some kind of spiritual prison where you need to find them to find your happiness, or you need to read so many books or pay so much per year towards an organization. Or it seems like everybody's trying to capture you in one thing or another when it comes to spiritual stuff. Not much different than sometimes... No, never mind. I don't want to go there. Sometimes I got to learn to pull the punches, or scratches. So, I love this. So you can change the reality by changing your thoughts.
By changing your thoughts, which when you say change your thoughts, what you're doing is you're changing your vibration, your frequency, your energy. And that's what we're doing right now with the awakening that's taking place on planet Earth. People are becoming aware of the power that's within them. So we all have God within us. That's the true nature of our being. That's why we're calling it a remembering. It's not so much an awakening. It's a remembering.
Remembering, yes, I love that. I know that I have this vision type thing that there's a cosmic version of me somewhere else.
Right.
And if that cosmic version, if I remember and we're connected, I go, oh, hey, self.
Right.
I can use a little help here. And all of a sudden, I get these memories of things and understanding of things, and I have these little vision things. And I'm not on medication, if you throw that out there. And no, I didn't say I need medication. I just said I'm not on medication. But I will also tell you, Sherry, and everybody watching, that I have gotten some bad medical diagnosis before, and I decided I don't believe it, and they can't find it no more. So I believe in that, and I also believe that sometimes these lessons, these medical issues, are because of some lifestyle choices we're making, and we're doing that because of some other little emotional or spiritual or some learning process down here is now it's transformed here. So let's say that I'm feeling kind of worried and fearful, and I know that eating junk food makes me feel better, just like smoking a cigarette makes me feel better, or just like doing some other stuff makes me feel better, but there's side effects of that temporary patch.
Right.
And
exactly.
After so long of eating enough sugar, you it could be like I was. They said, honey, you're diabetic. I'm what? You're diabetic. No way. And I decided that, okay, I learned that lesson. I've been treating something that I should have dealt with before by medicating it by food, and so I stopped, and that particular diagnosis went away. Or I said, no way. Either way, it's not there anymore when they do the test. They told me once they thought I had breast cancer, and I was thinking, I can't do that. My mom died of that. That's one of my big fears. I can't do that. And so I was like, no. I'm not going to do this. I'm going to be, nope. And then eventually they couldn't find anything. So either it was a misdiagnosis in the first place, or I decided, no. Either way, I don't have it.
Right. And we set those things up for ourselves. I mean, we're not victims.
No.
None of that happens to us by chance. We invite it into our life for us to experience because there's something there for us to learn. That's what disease is it's a slap in the face to get your attention because there's something there, that needs to be looked at usually. And it is, what does the Course in Miracles say? It's a defense against the truth. So, your miracles are our birthright. We have a right to miracles. And when they don't happen in your life, then that's when something wrong has occurred. So we are learning how powerful we are. It's time. Humanity is coming into the fullness of who they are. And so that's what we're doing. And it's contagious. The more we start talking about it, the more it triggers an awareness in the next person. Because on a deep level, everybody is yearning. Their soul is really yearning to wake up and to remember who they are and to just return back to Source.
Have you found that there's been kind of I think I'm feeling it, a change in the environment, a change in the air, a change in everything? It seems like there's more people that are experiencing illness of different things and different realities, and then there's also the other. It's almost like it's, are you sure you believe this sort of a thing? You say this, but yet the light's showing something different and making you deal with some issues. Or is that just me saying that?
I'm seeing it, but I'm living a strange life, but I hear from people who have read the book, and then I have people in my life that are sharing their experiences, and so it seems to be like it almost feels like we're all kind of getting into a line, and we're all moving toward Source, moving back up, back into the light. And as we do that, everybody, you can see those who are at the head of the line, kind of where they're at as far as those who are further into their awakening, and then you have those that are just coming into it, and then you have those that are still totally unconscious and not aware at all of any of this. And so you can watch them because usually it is something major that triggers the awakening in someone. If they don't consciously choose to have the experience to remember who they are, they will face some challenges in their life, whether it's health challenges or financial problems or something that will get their attention, that breaks them down to the point where they look outside of, or they look within themselves, not outside, that they stop looking outside of themselves for something to fix whatever it is that's causing them the pain, and they actually literally stop what they're doing and just surrender to it. And that's the key to it, is to surrender and to realize that, yes, we were given free will, but in truth, we are one with the Creator, and we need to remember that, and we need to give ourselves back into that Source and look there for our guidance. So
I just have this weird little visual in my head. I can almost see the people that are not awake. They're like my dolls here. These were my mom's. My mom passed away. I was able to get these dolls, and one of the things I was happy about getting the dolls back, I went to North Carolina. But it's almost like I can visualize dolls sitting on a shelf, and I can see people coming to them, and I can see them moving them around and doing different things, but they're like not awake. And I start seeing a collection of different energy spirits come around them that start poking at them and cause them issues and stuff to awaken them.
Right.
And that's a weird visual. That's what I got as you were sharing it. I can almost see that when I watch people. And Facebook and stuff is, you can just watch people's lives on Facebook, because we put everything on Facebook. You can watch people that are starting to wake up, and you can start seeing things go through their lives. And it's not like stalking, but it's just so obvious. You just start seeing and you see the awakening, you see the different issues coming in their life, and then you go, oh, they're awakening.
Right. And I think it's for those of us who've gone down that road a little bit further for us to turn around and go back, lend a hand back to those, because we know how painful it can be. It's not a pleasant experience, in all honesty, which is probably not a good thing to say. But I mean, we all want to go through it, because absolutely want to, and we need to go through it. But it's difficult to awaken and see the truth of this, what's happened on this planet and what is happening. And so it's not always easy. It can be.
The other side, the process is like waking up in the morning, oh, my eyes are puffy. I was like, oh, I need some coffee. I mean, that whole awakening, just everyday type thing can be.
Oh, that's true. That's a good analogy, Rachel. Yeah. True. Yeah, absolutely.
We've gone our few minutes I usually use for a show.
Okay.
I want to ask you something, and I don't know if I should. You're the abductee. You've had this experience before and stuff. Do you get visits still? Do they come by and ask you out for a ride occasionally, or is that something in the past that's come and gone?
They've been back in my life since 2009, and yes, they're here a lot. I'm working with, and I know a lot of people are shocked by this, but my guys have taken kind of a step back, and I'm actually working with a group of Draconians. And they're kind of they've broken off, I understand, from their group, and they are wanting to take advantage of this time, this opening, this alignment, and move out of the service to self into service to others. And so they are here quite a bit. And it's been a challenge to work with them, but I love them, and it's hard to describe to people because it sounds so crazy, but we're working with these Draconians. Actually, my partner and I both are, and it's been interesting. Apparently, it's a contract that we entered into with them to do this, and so yeah, they're here quite a bit, and it's a little bit of a challenge. It's different than my guys, definitely. It's different energy. They're of a different frequency. They're just different. But,
is it like a spiritual political thing, or another outer planet political thing, where somebody's working on a higher position or changing? The old story about the angels and the demons and that fighting stuff. Is it connected with a political upheaval, or is it just another step in evolution?
I see it as another step in evolution. There might be all that going on with it, but I don't even go there. I can't. This is weird enough to try to understand and try to deal with. And I have to keep it in the realm of the evolutionary process of humanity, and that includes not just Earth humans, but all. And these guys are sincere in wanting to stop playing that role. They're weary and tired of playing the dark force, and so it's interesting. I'll tell you that.
That's interesting. I know it's been kind of a movement lately for people to acknowledge their darkness inside. Said always being love and peace, there's actually an acknowledgement that we have both in us.
Absolutely, Rachel, and that needs to be talked about more. How we need to be grateful and to have that love for those that took on and played that role. There's no difference. We're all source. We're all an aspect of the Creator. And actually, those who took on the role of the dark, so that we could experience duality in this world, we have to have some gratitude to them. We wouldn't have been able to experience it had they not taken on that role. And that had to be on a soul level a big decision to make, to come in and play.
I bet. I look good in red. You put some horns on me, I look good. But not everybody can pull that off. Sorry. I was just thinking, I have this running joke. I used to have a tale, but I cut it off, and I probably shouldn't do that because I've pushed this. But so you're working with the Drac folks, and they're visiting with you now. Is it? Are they? They're not taking you anywhere, are they? They're just coming to you. You're not leaving again, right? They're just coming to you. You're not being abducted no more, right?
Well, sometimes we're taken. But mostly they just are coming in, and what they're doing is they're doing healing work with us and energetic work with us, and we're just, so yeah, sometimes we go, there is physical, that we go physically, yeah, but a lot of times they're just there. most of it seems to be occurring at night, whereas with my guys, a lot of that stuff happened during the day. But we're very aware of them, and they're not quite as smooth at this as my guys, I guess.
Yeah, not a lot of practice.
I don't know, but they're just easier. They're higher fourth dimensional beings, maybe fifth dimensional beings.
Are they more like men or more masculine energy? A little bit.
Yeah. Their energy is very they're very solid and very muscular. I find I feel just a lot of love for them when I see them. I don't have as much fear. I don't have any fear of them, actually. Whereas when my guys show up, who I've known my whole life, my body responds with fear because it was programmed from the time I was little to do that. But these guys, when I see the Dracos, I just love them. I mean, I just do. They're just a sweet bunch. They remind me of innocent children who have been naughty, and they're wanting to be forgiven by their
I was thinking more like the biker type with the beard and leather. Of course, that's my own little fantasy, I guess. Right in the back of that Harley down the road with that big guy who's going to protect you. See, I have some issues. I do have issues. But so taking off with them, and they're rough and mean. They've done some terrible things, but you can still see that little child inside of them.
Absolutely.
And that's sort of what you're describing here, aren't you?
Yeah, and I think that's the secret to it is to see the innocence in everyone. That includes our enemies. Everyone has that innocence within them. And what you're really dealing with when you're dealing with the what you call the negative or the naughty or the bad is you're just dealing with an energy field that's ego or whatever you want to call it. And it's just a game. It's just a role that they're playing. The truth of them is that they are not separate from me. They're an aspect of the Creator, and you can see that in them. You can see that in everyone you meet if you decide to do that. You have to first access it within yourself. You have to first find that aspect of the Creator, the divine within you first, and get comfortable with that and really feel that love. Once you have that, then you see it in everyone you meet.
I can see that. You really can't love anybody else till you learn to love yourself, and you got to get past fear. I know that stuff. And then you talked about game playing, and we have a lot of that. Oh, I forgot to turn my phone off. I'm sorry. We have a lot of game playing just between the genders and stuff. I imagine the Drakes and yeah. So very insightful. I thank you for visiting. What do you got coming up in the near future? Something we can plug for you?
Let's see. I've got where am I going? I'm going to be at the Ozark Mountain UFO conference.
Yeah. When is that?
I don't know.
You know what?
But I'm going to be at Contact in the Desert at Joshua Tree. I'm going to be at Calgary for a conference up in Calgary in early June. A wonderful conference that combines spirituality with the ET contact, which I really wanted to be a part of that.
That'd be fun.
It's going to be she's going to take that and really go places with that. I'm going to be in Florida for a conference down at Pensacola, I think it is. So I'll be at the Transformational Conference in Arkansas. Yeah, I'll be around.
So cool. I'm over in Tulsa now, and I got a brand new Harley, so I don't need a big guy in the front of it. But maybe I go to one of those conferences and find one.
You should come to the Arkansas. You should come to the Eureka Springs. Is a beautiful.
I love it there. It's considered my hometown. So if I brought my little camera stuff, could maybe I catch a little quick interview while you're there in between people? Would that be fun?
Yeah, I do. A lot of people are there doing that. That's a good place.
That'd be fun. Yeah. Well, I appreciate you coming on and sharing some of the stuff you're doing. I know you're very busy. I know it's hard to get you on an interview, so namaste. Appreciate that. Also, I'm going to go ahead and put this video on my Cosmic.community site, Starseed Alliance site. Okay. Of course, we'll put it on Facebook. If we keep it short enough, I'll get it on Facebook. I hope I didn't go over. There's like a little limit on that, but that's why I kind of keep it short. But I love that extra part about the drag people. Anyway, YouTube, all the different places to be, and I made a brand new website, rachellove.tv. I'm going to put these kind of things on that way. So, of course, people watching this already know that because they found it there. But anyway, so what's your website?
It's theforgottenpromise.net.
Forgottenpromise.net. Sherry Wilde, thank you again. Blessings.
Thanks.
Give my best to the boys. I think tell Rachel said hi.
Okay.
I like a bad boy occasionally. Okay.